It was a small plastic envelope, and she made us tear the room apart, and finally Nicole looked under her teddy bear, and there it was. It was a small bag of cocaine.
Objection. The witness is not qualified to answer the question.
I agree, and I strike that portion of the answer. Go ahead.
Did you ever see Mrs. Schaefer engaged in an adulterous act?
One afternoon, Nicole had gotten stung by a bee, and she was crying, so I ran upstairs to get some ointment for her, and I walked in on Mrs. Schaefer and a naked man lathering each other in the bathtub, and they didn't even bother to cover themselves up, and she told me to shut the brat up and to mind my own business. And after that, I tried to steer Nicole clear as best as I could from that woman.
No further questions, Your Honor.
Cross-examination.
Miss Noyes, didn't you make up the entire bathroom incident simply to get back at Mrs. Schaefer, who had caught you wearing her mink stole?
Oh, no. I didn't make it up. I know what I saw. And I didn't hurt the coat. She acted like I was dirty or something.
This missing envelope in the nursery, aren't you aware it's simply Mrs. Schaefer's headache powder, which she uses for her migraines?
No way. I know what it was. I've seen that stuff on TV.
When Mrs. Schaefer complained about your failure to perform your duties, didn't you tell her, just try and get me fired? Leonard would never allow it?
Well, that is because I had promised Mr. Schaefer that I would stay longer than the other nannies would.
Last fall, didn't you sneak off to the beach with Mr. Schaefer on a weekend when Mrs. Schaefer was out of the country?
No, Mrs. Schaefer was supposed to join us there. She canceled at the last minute.
But wasn't that weekend the first anniversary of your relationship with your employer and lover, Leonard Schaefer?
Objection, Your Honor. Harassing
I'm
the
going to
witness.
sustain the objection. Reword the question.
I withdraw the question, Your Honor.
All right. Ask your next question.
There are no further questions, Your Honor.
You may step down. Mr. Kelly, anything further from the defendant?
Defense rests, Your Honor.
Miss Bennett, anything further from the plaintiff?
No.
All right. With the consent of counsel now, I'm going to talk to Nicole for a few minutes in chambers, and I thank you for letting me do that. We'll be in recess for me to accomplish that purpose.
Before hearing closing arguments, Judge Keene has decided to talk with the Schaefer's only daughter, Nicole, age 7. Mrs. Schaefer has accused her husband of being a wife-beater and an adulterer. Mr. Schaefer claims his wife is a cocaine addict and an adulteress.
You're Nicole, and I'm Judge Keene. Is that right?
Yeah,
You stay right there. You sit in the judge's chair. How do you like sitting in the judge's chair?
I like it.
Okay. How old are you, Nicole?
I'm 7 3/4.
Nicole, what happens sometimes is moms and dads decide that they're going to live in different houses. And that's what your parents have decided. And I've got to make some decisions as to where you're going to live. Now, first I want to ask you about your dad. Is he nice?
He sure is, Mr. Judge. Sometimes he's busy and I don't get to see him very much. If he and Mom got along better, I think he'd be home more often. Once he took me to the circus and I had fun.
What about your mom? Is she nice to you?
Yeah, she's okay. Except when she's my mom and she's nice.
Except what? What were you going to say?
When she gets mad at me for doing bad things.
What kind of bad things, Nicole? You can tell me.
When she gets mad at me for bothering her when she's with her friends. I get in her way a lot, I guess.
Nicole, I want you to tell me about a time that you were in your daddy's office with your mom. Did your dad hit your mom? Did you see that?
My mommy keeps reminding me of that. But I was there and I know he didn't.
You mean your mom told you not to tell the truth?
She said I had to lie if I still loved her. I really do love her, but Dad says I should never lie.
All right, Nicole, thank you. You're right, and your dad is right, and you should never lie, and you'll never get in trouble if you tell the truth. I'm going to go back in the courtroom now and finish the hearing, and then I'll come back and talk to you, okay?
All right.
As Judge Keene returns from chambers, we have time for a short break.
This USA Network program is brought to you by Ken Moore in 1 out of 2 homes in America and exclusively at Sears.
In over half the homes in America, people come home to Kenmore appliances. And right now, the country's most popular brand of appliances on sale at Sears Brand Central. So run over and save $44 on America's largest usable capacity heavy-duty washer and matching Kenmore dryer, only at Sears Brand Central.
Ever wonder what today holds for you? Or even tomorrow? Call Sydney Omar, the world's leading astrologer, for your personal forecast.
I'll provide insight into your personal relationships, love, money matters, lucky numbers, and your immediate future.
You have important choices to make. Call Sydney Omar at 1-900-288-2001. $2 per minute.
Waffles, Mom?
Oh, not for me, dear, no.
They're delicious.
Yes, but look at all that syrup, dear. A moment on the lips, a lifetime on the hips.
Come on, Mom. Live dangerously.
Living dangerously isn't what's kept me the same size as the day I was married.
This syrup's delicious. Really rich and mapley. Oh, and it's light.
Light?
Log Cabin Light syrup, Mom. Half the calories.
Log Cabin Syrup's irresistible maple flavor for more than 100 years.
Join me for another case in divorce court tomorrow on USA.
We return now to divorce court. Judge Keene has returned from chambers, and the clerk has called the court to order.
Ms. Bennett, let me hear your closing argument.
Your Honor, as we have seen, Mr. Schaefer's physical abuse and neglect of his wife and child are hardly justified by his obsession with making money. The evidence clearly shows that he has maintained a standby harem of fashion models whom he hired and fired solely on their willingness to have sex with him. Accordingly, Mrs. Schaefer should be granted a divorce on the grounds of adultery and mental and physical cruelty. She should be awarded sole custody of her daughter, Nicole, a 65% interest in Schaefer Stores, Inc., the 3 marital homes, and $7,000 a month in combined support.
Mr. Kelly, let me hear from you, please.
Your Honor, Mrs. Schaefer's self-absorbed, hedonistic lifestyle is the underlying reason for the failure of this marriage. Her addiction to cocaine has resulted in the neglect and abuse of her child and husband. She has become a dangerous influence on Nicole. At the same time, her promiscuous sexual conquests have subjected them to humiliation and made a mockery of this marriage. Mr. Schaefer asked for divorce on the grounds of adultery, mental cruelty, and drug addiction. He asked for sole custody of his daughter, Nicole, as well as the 3 marital homes and sole possession of Schaefer Stores, Incorporated. And no child support should be awarded.
Thank you, counsel. Well, during the 9 years of the Schaefer's marriage, they created a fortune. And I, of course, refer to Nicole. Coincidentally, they also created a financial empire, which is clearly reflected from the financial and property statements on file. Their love has turned to hate, and that has caused a complete breakdown not only of the marriage, but of any possible friendly settlement of this divorce. They have gone from Bimini to the Portuguese coast to divorce court in 3 giant but sure steps. They can only agree upon the value of the marital estate. They cannot agree upon the division of the marital estate. They cannot agree upon support, and they cannot agree upon the custody of Nicole. The accusations during the course of this hearing have flown fast and furious and back and forth. I've heard testimony about drug addiction and alcohol addiction, but I have not heard proof of either to the degree that the law requires. Drug or alcohol abuse is not proof of addiction. Mrs. Schaefer has proved to my satisfaction physical cruelty, and Mr. Schaefer has proved to my satisfaction adultery. It is of interest to me that 2 witnesses have testified to Mrs. Schaefer's adulterous conduct, but she did not return to the witness stand and deny it under oath. Joint judgment of divorce on the complaint and on the cross-complaint. In this case, I have an extensive court investigator's report, which, with the consent of counsel, I have read. That report recommends to me that the custody of Nicole be granted to Mr. Schaefer, and that will be the order. I will order liberal visitation rights to Mrs. Schaefer. Mr. Schaefer will live in the family home with Nicole, and the balance of the marital estate will be divided evenly. Spousal support is not indicated in this case and will not be ordered. This court stands in recess, and Nicole will be out in the courtroom in just a few more minutes.
Divorce Court is a dramatization based on cases and issues raised in the family courts of this nation. None of the participants knows the outcome of the case before hearing Judge Keene's decision. The jurisdiction is a combination of laws of all 50 states. Therefore, the laws of your community may differ. The cases are argued by attorneys and presided over by Judge William Keene, who served on the Superior Court of California for 18 years.
Now, stay tuned for more courtroom drama with the man who keeps a hold on justice, the judge, next on USA.